I was just sitting at the dinner table when I noticed my daughter slipped something into my soup. She thought I didn't see it, but I switched the plates, and what happened next completely shattered me as a father. Before we start, please subscribe my channel, like the video. My name's Michael. I'm 48 years old, a widower, and for the past few years I've been raising my only daughter, Sophie, on my own. I never thought I'd be one of those single parents who says, "It's me against the world," but that's what it's felt like since my wife passed. Sophie's 17 now, bright, sharp-tongued, and way too smart for her own good sometimes. When her mother died 3 years ago, something in Sophie shifted. I expected grief. I was drowning in myself. But Sophie, she changed in ways I couldn't fully understand. She pulled away from me, stopped talking about school, and started locking her bedroom door. I chalked it up to teenage rebellion, but deep down, I always felt there was something darker brewing. It was a rainy Wednesday evening when everything came to a head. The kind of night where the air feels damp and heavy, and the house creaks with every gust of wind. I was in the kitchen, a small, warm space with cream-colored tiles and wooden cabinets that had seen better days. The overhead light buzzed faintly, flickering once in a while, and the smell of simmering chicken soup filled the room. That soup, it was the same recipe my late wife used to make. Carrots cut into thin slivers, celery softened just right, and chicken so tender it practically fell apart. Cooking had always made me feel closer to her, like she was still with us somehow. Sophie sat at the kitchen table, scrolling on her phone. Her long, dark hair fell across her face, and she had that blank, distant look she often wore lately. I tried to make small talk as I stirred the pot. "Me, you got exams coming up, right? How's studying going?" Sophie barely looked up. "Fine." That one-word answer, flat, dismissive. I sighed, trying not to let the sting show. When the soup was ready, I ladled it into 2 bowls and set them on the table. Steam curled upward, fogging my glasses for a second. I turned to grab some bread from the counter, and that's when it happened. Out of the corner of my eye, I caught it, a quick, subtle movement. Sophie's hand hovering over my bowl. She poured something in, a tiny vial glass with metal cap. Vanished back into the sleeve of her hoodie in a fraction of a second. My heart stopped. For a moment, I thought maybe I imagined it. But no. The way her shoulders stiffened, the way she quickly looked down at her phone like nothing happened. It was deliberate. My pulse hammered in my ears. A dozen thoughts collided in my head. What the hell was that? Did my daughter just put something in my food? Why? I forced myself to stay calm. My hand shook slightly as I set the bread basket down. Without saying a word, I sat across from her. Then, with the most casual movement I could manage, I switched the bowls. Sophie didn't notice right away. She was scrolling, pretending to be disinterested, but I caught the flicker in her eyes when she finally looked at the soup in front of her. Just a flash of hesitation. "Me, eat up, it'll get cold." She picked up her spoon slowly. My stomach was in knots, every nerve screaming at me to stop her. But a darker part of me wanted to see, to know, what did she try to give me? Her hand trembled slightly as she raised the spoon to her lips. My eyes were locked on her. She noticed. "Sophie, why are you staring at me?" Me, forcing a laugh. Can a dad watch his daughter eat the soup he slaved over? She gave a weak smile, but her eyes, God, her eyes were calculating. Nervous. When she finally tasted the soup, I saw it. That split-second flicker of panic before she quickly set the spoon down. "Sophie, I'm not hungry. I'll eat later." She pushed the bowl away. I leaned back in my chair, trying to control the storm brewing inside me. "Me, what was in that vial, Sophie?" Her head snapped up, her face pale. "Sophie, W, what are you talking about?" Me, sharper now. "Don't play dumb. I saw you. You put something in my soup." Silence. Just a faint hum of the refrigerator and the rain against the window. Her lip trembled. She looked like a little girl again, caught stealing candy. But this wasn't candy. Finally, she whispered, "You weren't supposed to see." My chest tightened. "Me? Then what was it? What were you trying to do to me?" Her eyes welled up, and she slammed her hand on the table. "Sophie, I wasn't trying to kill you. Okay. The words hung in the air, heavier than the storm outside. Through sobs, she pulled the small vial from her pocket and slammed it on the table. The clear liquid inside shimmered under the kitchen light. Sophie, it's sleeping drops. I just wanted you to sleep. For once. I blinked, my anger warring with confusion. Me, sleeping drops? Why would you? Sophie, voice cracking. Because you never stopped watching me. You never stopped worrying, hovering, asking questions. I can't breathe. I just wanted one night where you weren't checking on me every hour, weren't pacing the halls. I wanted space. Her words hit me like a punch to the gut. I thought back. Every night since my wife's death, I had checked on Sophie obsessively. I'd peek into her room just to make sure she was still breathing. I'd sit awake in the living room, waiting to hear her footsteps. My grief had turned into paranoia, and maybe I'd smother her without realizing it. But drugging me, voice trembling. Sophie, do you realize how dangerous this is? What if you gave me too much? What if I didn't wake up? She buried her face in her hands, sobbing. Sophie, I didn't know what else to do. You don't listen. Dad, you never listen. I feel like I'm drowning in this house, and you're just staring at me all the time. I miss Mom too, but you're crushing me. Her pain was raw, unfiltered. For the first time, I saw not a rebellious teenager, but a grieving child crying out for help in the only way she knew how. The kitchen felt smaller, tighter. My anger drained, replaced with something else, guilt. I reached across the table and gently pulled her hands away from her face. Me, softly. I'm sorry. I didn't realize how much I was hurting you. I thought I was protecting you. She sniffled, her eyes red. Sophie, I just need space, Dad. I need to breathe. We sat there for a long time, the soup cooling between us, the storm still raging outside. I didn't punish her that night. Instead, we talked, really talked, for the first time in years, about her grief, about mine, about how we've been lost in our own pain, without reaching for each other. It's been months since that night. Sophie and I go to therapy together now. I still check on her, but with boundaries. And she doesn't need to slip anything into my soup to make me back off. Sometimes I still replay that moment, the flick of her wrist, the vial vanishing. It could have gone so much worse. But in a strange way, it forced us to finally confront what we've both been avoiding. Grief can twist people in unexpected ways. Sometimes it looks like silence. Sometimes it looks like control. And sometimes it looks like a daughter trying to put her father to sleep just to breathe again. But we're healing, slowly, together. And I'll never forget the night I learned that love, even when it's suffocating, can drive someone to desperate measures.